The two latest news drops about the Lions have caught fans completely off guard. One hits right at the team's pride on the field. This Sunday, the Lions return to Ford Field under pressure to protect a streak they refuse to break. And the opponent? Possibly the worst one they could face right now, and you'll soon understand why. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, a controversy involving Brian Branch and NFL Films has sparked a serious conversation about respect and context. But before we get to that, there's a revenge game on the horizon, and this one's deeply personal. The Detroit Lions are rolling back into Ford Field, licking their wounds after that rough Week 6 beatdown from the Chiefs. And now, the pressure's on to keep a very proud streak alive. Since 2022, this squad hasn't dropped 2 games in a row. That's no small feat in the NFL, and now they're staring down a red-hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that already clipped them once this year. Yeah, that Week 7 rematch with the Bucs? It's personal. Last time these two clashed, Tampa snuck out of Detroit with a win, one of just 5 losses the Lions have suffered at home, postseason included, since the start of 2023. And they're even scarier now. Baker Mayfield's been balling out like he's got something to prove every snap. Emeka Egbuka is looking like a future superstar, and Mike Evans is still being Mike Evans, unstoppable when it counts. But head coach Dan Campbell isn't sweating it. If there's one thing this version of the Lions refuses to do, it's roll over. They hate losing, and they really hate stacking L's. That whole back-to-back losses thing? Haven't done it in almost 3 years. Not since Jared Goff was still trying to get comfortable in the offense has Detroit seen 2 straight defeats. And let's be real, this part of the schedule is brutal. After Tampa, they get a breather with the bye, then it's the Vikings, Commanders, Eagles, and a Giants team that might look very different by Week 12 if the trade deadline shakes things up. Oh, and New York's got a battering ram in Cam Scatabo that defenders aren't exactly excited to tackle. With all that looming, this Sunday is more than just a bounce-back opportunity. It's a statement game. Even with some big names missing on defense, the message from Campbell is clear. This team's got too much fight, too much pride, and too much momentum to start slipping now. The Lions want to prove they're not just playoff contenders. They're built to make a real Super Bowl run. And that starts by reminding the Bucs and the rest of the league that one bad week doesn't define them. And if the tension on the field wasn't enough, what just came out behind the scenes will have you even more fired up with NFL Films. So here's the deal with that whole NFL Films mess involving Brian Branch. It wasn't just a random clip gone wrong, it was a full-on misfire that they've now admitted probably shouldn't have seen the light of day. Pat McAfee, doing what he does, actually got the inside scoop straight from NFL Films themselves. Turns out, the clip in question, where Branch looked like a punching bag in a low-light reel from the Lions-Chiefs game, was part of a longer 9-minute breakdown on Turning Point, narrated by Louis Riddick. In that full version, the tone was more analytical, more balanced. But once they chopped it up and dropped the Branch-heavy section solo on social media, it came off as straight-up harsh. NFL Films realized, a little too late, that it looked like they were throwing the kid under the bus. So they pulled it. The official line from NFL Films was that it didn't sit right once it hit X, formerly Twitter. They said it felt overly critical of Branch when taken out of the full context. And yeah, that's exactly how fans and players saw it. According to McAfee, the convo with NFL Films wasn't a defensive one, more like, yeah, that's not how we wanted that to come across. Basically, they owned it. They goofed, and they're trying to make it right. Meanwhile, inside Lions HQ, Brian Branch is getting nothing but support. Defensive coordinator Derek Shepard, who sees a little of his younger self in Branch, told reporters he's been mentoring the safety through all of it. Shepard's advice? Embrace the edge, but know where the line is. You've got 60 minutes to let loose on the field, then leave it all there. And let's not forget, Branch plays with a fire that makes him special. Yeah, he had a rough game against KC, but that doesn't erase the impact he's had since stepping into this defense. The league noticed, the fans noticed, and his coaches sure as hell noticed. So while that viral video might have thrown a little shade, the bigger picture is clear. Branch is still one of Detroit's rising stars, and the locker room's got his back. This game against the Bucs is a chance to reset and prove the Lions mean business. And about Branch? Respect the kid. He struggled, sure, but he's the real deal. Like the video and subscribe so you don't miss a beat on Detroit.